All right. Welcome, all you writers out there. It is time to learn everything you need to know to write, publish, and promote an amazing book. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins, co-founder of Two Sisters Writing and Publishing, and I am here with Joanie Lindenmeyer, our superstar author, and we have some exciting news for you. Joanie, do you want to share?
Absolutely. I've sort of been bouncing off the wall for a few days. And so one of the biggest honors in my life is having a Christian award, because that's sort of who I am, right? I'm pretty much queer and Christian, and they say that beloved queer is how I operate. And so via qspirit.net, Elizabeth, you and I, with our two books, we were honored to be in the top 24 worldwide in 2024 for both. We're in the top 24. Oh
Yep.
my gosh. My gosh. It just delights my heart so much, so much, so much to think that all of this has happened. It just blows me away. It just blows
Yeah.
me away that our life, None Better, created two more books, and Angel Carol and Your Angel Dad, and all the things are just happening in a way that people are being touched and we're being recognized. It's like,
Yes.
holy moly's.
Yes, it's so exciting. So
Oh,
here's the qspirit.net website that I'm sharing my screen. Can you see it?
yes, perfect.
Okay,
Thank you
good.
for doing that.
You're welcome. So this wonderful lady, Kit Cherry,
Mhm.
she started this website to showcase books that focus on LGBTQ plus topics and authors. And here's the list right here, the 2024 top LGBTQ plus Christian books.
Christian
And
books. Ah,
so I just want to emphasize that None Better was on this list for 2023, which is
correct,
amazing. And so now we have
correct.
two books on this list. So when we click it, you will see, hello, it's supposed to go to the book. So hold on, it'll come. Um,
Okay.
and when you click it, you see both of our books there. It is so incredible.
Yes.
Here it
Well, and
is.
it's so amazing because LGBTQ Christian books, a lot of people don't make that connection that you can be queer, gay, bi, trans, and be so spiritual and so religious. And there it is. It's
Yes,
proof.
here's our
It's
books. Yep, it says
big hugs to
LGBTQ
everybody
plus
out there.
people.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Kit.
Yes,
LGBTQ plus
big time.
people tell how they found peace and a faith community after religious trauma in healing religious hurts, a guide packed with personal stories. Faith and spirituality support the rainbow journey to embrace LGBTQ plus identities in Joyously Free, a motivational book bursting with positive energy. It includes personal accounts from dozens of contributors across the country, and they show how the struggle of accepting and sharing one's LGBTQ plus self leads to profound joy. The authors reveal their own dramatic life stories too. So very powerful. So grateful for that. And
Oh
this is
my gosh.
global. So this is a global celebration.
Yes, yes. And like I said, it's so needed at this time in our world, and especially with LGBTQ people that have gone through so much, and they're hanging on to their faith, they're hanging on to their synagogue, their temple, their church, their friends. They're just hanging on to that because, as my tattoo always says, love
Love always
always
wins.
wins, and I
Uh-huh.
have the Joyously Free book there. I have the Healing Religious Hurts book there, which is music. I think music heals. And then, of course, the rose from the rose garden of None Better. And so it's like I wear my three books on my arm in a tattoo. I wear the books in my heart because I so believe what we have done, Elizabeth, is just continuing. And it's endless. It's limitless. And that's the power of books. And that's something you have taught me and taught me and retaught me about that power. And so, oh, thank you to Kit. Thank you to organizations that do this.
hmm Yes, yes, yes. So, Joni, let's talk about the power of recognition when, for all the aspiring authors out there who are writing a book and they're like, will anybody even read it or notice it or even celebrate it? So, the wild thing is that we didn't solicit this recognition.
No,
It just happens.
no,
When you put a great book out into the world, people will notice it and recognize it and celebrate it. So, do you want to
that's
talk
right.
about that? Because you've had a lot of that happening for all
Oh,
three books.
right, right. And that's my prop. It's an old prop I've used before, but I so believe in the recognition, and whether you're a Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse Disneyland favorite or whatever, but it's when you see something that is powerful and profound and you read something, it will take its own course. And I am so humble, and you are too, that we just keep putting it out there in terms of what it can do for somebody. And when we focus on other people, then the recognitions and the accolades come back to us, and we just keep putting it out there. And oh my gosh, Elizabeth, when we did these books, it reminds me of the 32 contributors in Joyously Free, 32, and the 17 from Healing Religious Hurts, and how each of those individuals moved inside of themselves to create their story. And to me, that was so humbling. That was so, I can't even think of words. It helped them to grow. It helped their families. It helped their friends. It was their connection to a spirituality that runs our life. We're not in control of this, and we just keep lifting it up, and there it goes. You jump in. Give me your perspective. I'm almost like speechless. Can you believe that? Me speechless?
Well, I just want to share that again, there's this other force at work when you publish a great book that can help people. And so you and I have been on a mission to do outreach, to spread the word, to do trainings and things like that, to especially use Joyously Free to help people who need it, whether it's LGBTQ plus people, parents, or allies. And so I was invited to this social gathering recently. And I thought it was a social gathering for just women hanging out, talking about important topics. And it was great. I was so excited. And I get there, and there's all these people from the local PFLAG, which is a
Oh,
resource that we mention in Joyously Free. And then they invited me to the meeting, which I'm going to go to and take the books. And then there's people at this meeting who wanted to buy the book. So I didn't
and
know what I
Elizabeth,
was stepping
before you
into,
keep
but the
going, would you explain what P flag is?
Yes, PFLAG is a really tremendous resource for parents of, I'm getting the website.
Parents, friends, lesbians, and gays. That's what it stands for. And
Mhm.
it was created in about 1974. Yeah, but keep going. Yes, it's a great organization.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we mention it in our book, Joyously Free. Here's their website, PFLAG, creating a
Mhm.
caring, just, and affirming world for LGBTQ plus people and those who love them. And they have tremendous resources for anybody who's seeking to learn more. And so uh, it's a national organization, but there are local chapters. So where I live, the um, local chapter's having a meeting, and I was invited to that. So it's really, really exciting that organically, you and I are both attracting people and opportunities to share the messages in the books. And amazingly, the meeting is going to be at a very progressive church that I've always wanted to go to. So I'm hoping to connect with the church leadership about healing religious hurts when I go to this meeting.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome.
yeah, it's
Oh,
really,
I feel
really
like I want
cool.
to fly back and be with you because this is what's going on. Oh my gollies. That's exciting. Oh,
hmm
and
Yeah.
it all happened because you went to a social gathering that you found out.
But
It
I
was
had no
connected.
idea there was any connection to P flag or that anybody would be talking about LGBTQ plus issues. I mean, people had on pins about trans unity and trans support, and the head of the local pride organization was there. So I was just amazed. And again, once you, all of you writers out there, embark on the mission behind your book, because your book is not just something to read, it's a mission. Once you embark, that activates energy within yourself and the universe to orchestrate serendipitous opportunities like I just, and you, we both have these all the time
All the
that
time.
bring us to opportunities and people and situations where we get to share the messages in the book.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes. You are so articulate. I love it because you can explain things that I feel in my heart and you can put words to it. So I thank you for that. And, just like you had a wonderful social gathering, I've got a couple things going on here too. Of course, St. Paul's Episcopal Church in Crescent City. We had an event last weekend, and that has led to some other things, which includes this coming Sunday in my local community. The topic at the local radio station will be trans information. And so I'm leaving to go out of town and I won't be here, but I have helped a couple people that are trans feel confident enough to be on this radio show in our local town. And they are pumped up about it. And who could have imagined that before? It's like, oh my gosh, doors are opening, windows are opening. Yes, and it is all organic. I love that word organic. Just
Yeah.
happens. It just happens. Yes.
Right, right. Really, really cool. And so there's that, there's the recognition, the Q spirit, and then the two books, those were divinely inspired. You got a vision
Yes.
about the books, and then we listened. So all of you out there who have this sort of calling to write a book, you need to answer the call. You need to do the work to write the book. Get the help you need, whether you need help from a book coach, like I'm a book coach and I help Joni write Nun Better in 5 months, and she rocked it. She's a star student. Or just get real with yourself and really create a strategy and allocate time to do the writing because it will not write itself. And with books like this, AI is not an option. Yes, it's a shortcut. Yes, it's fast. Yes, it's incredibly mind-blowing to punch in some words and the computer writes for you. That is not an authentic book from your heart and soul. A book comes from your heart and soul and beyond. I believe that once you start writing, and I've had this in recent writing sessions with myself, where it's like an out-of-body experience. You suddenly are so in the zone of this sort of channeling information that you're typing that's showing up on the screen as physical manifestation. But then I have this like little moment like, oh, I'm um I have fingers, I have a body, I'm sitting here, but I'm so almost detached from my body because it's this divine experience of the words flowing through me. I don't know where they came from. I do know where they came from. They came from spirit because this is my mission to serve as the vessel to provide this information to people who need it, and then being blessed with the opportunity to have my own publishing company with my sister, Catherine Greenspan, that provides a global platform for this divine mission. So when you think of what you're doing with your book and your advocacy around your book, it's so much bigger than you. It's not even about you. It's about you serving as this ambassador to make the world a better place.
Awesome. Awesome. Well said. Well said.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yes. Yes. Oh, and just so much gratitude and thankfulness that exudes from me and from you to so many people for all that to happen. It's just a constant thank you. And I'm wearing my pink and purple today in the Christian church. This coming Sunday is called Gaudete Sunday, which is Latin for rejoice. And so it's pinks and purples. And I thought how apropos that it goes also with the queer Q-net celebration that we're celebrating too. It's rejoice. When you get to that point where you rejoice, you put in the work, you put in the time of creating a book, the collaboration, the teamwork, all the things that need to go into it. And then it's like rejoice, rejoice,
I
you
love
know?
that word
Oh,
rejoice. You read my book, God's Answer is No, Lessons from a
yes.
Spiritual Life, KNOW. When I was really in one of the worst crisis moments of my own mental health years ago, and I
Uh-huh.
was really, really, really not in a good space emotionally. And
Hmm.
Spirit said to me, rejoice. I'm
Hmm.
like, why? I was crying myself to sleep, but I just listened to it and I did. And within a week, a miraculous thing happened that turned around the situation that was causing me such a devastation. And
Wow.
so rejoice. Listen, when spirit
Rejoice.
talks to you, especially when you are in a down, down, down spot,
Yeah.
listen, listen. And spirit
Yeah.
will guide you and lift you up and out and make circumstances happen that will resolve the problem.
Right. Right. Yeah, oh, definitely. And I think we all go through crises and hard times and down times, and it's just part of life. And um, to hydroplane over those times, hydroplane over the speed bumps, and find that rejoicing. And I think that's what None Better was all about, because that's how Carol and I have lived, and I continue to live that way, and you continue to live that way too. And so right now, if there are people out there and listening and watching, if you're in a crisis mode or things are not going well for you, hang in there, that you're not alone, and be open to the spirit. And I'm sending blessings and comfort to you right now, that you can find the rejoicing in that. You can get through it, or whatever needs to happen. So I know there are people like that going on right now. They have stuff going on in their life.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. And yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's got stuff. We all go through different phases. And another thing is your book can be that tool that helps people. So
Mhm.
we did not publish this book by Greg Harden, Stay Sane in an Insane World, with the forward by Tom Brady, the football star. But this man was tremendously influential on our family. He was an athletic guru in terms of being sort of a mentor to many. Desmond Howard spoke at his funeral recently in Chrysler Arena at University of Michigan. Um, and so this book, even though Greg sadly passed a few months ago, this book contains his wisdom that is life-changing, life-saving. And so, all of you writing a book out there, once you're not here anymore, your book will live on and it will continue to touch people's lives. So, again, it's so much bigger than just the act of writing and figuring out how to publish and promote. Your book is a tool, is a gift to the world, it's your legacy, but it's something that can inspire people to find the solutions to really big problems that they're having. So,
Mhm.
don't
Mhm.
keep it to yourself. And
Mhm.
a hospice nurse recently said that the biggest regret people have on their deathbed is that they didn't write their book. And so don't let that be you. I've been to 3 funerals in as many months, and nobody knows how long we have or how long we'll be functional enough to have the brain capacity to remember. I know several people who wanted to write a book, but then they got dementia and they couldn't.
Oh,
It
oh,
just wasn't possible.
oh,
And they died and
uh-huh.
they had no book and they had a tremendous legacy. And then another person I know who's got a historic career, historic. I recommended that they record their stories in videos on their phone. If they're not going to write a book, just get it down somewhere in videos. Just start writing and just start talking into your phone and it will, or do
Yep.
videos. Anyway, there's many ways, but record your story, do it.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Mhm.
your family later, they can make the videos and transcribe them into text if they want to write a book.
Mhm.
But do it while
Mhm.
you're here, while you're able.
Mhm.
There's an
Yep.
urgency.
Yep. Yep. And we all have stories. And this is like a perfect time of year in terms of people gathering and Christmas celebrations or Hanukkah or solstice, whatever you're celebrating. It's the stories can come out and to ask people those open-ended questions. Well, how did that happen? Where did you meet? What went on? Instead of a yes and no answer, what are some open-ended questions that get people to tell their story and to really listen and to be a part of that? It's invigorating. It's invigorating to hear people's stories.
It
Yes,
is. It's
yes,
exciting. And you learn so
yes,
much about other people when they share their stories.
yes. And
Things that
fun. Oh,
can,
it's so much fun. I didn't know that about you. It's like amazing. You think you know somebody, then you end up with a story from their life, and it's like, wow.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It is really cool.
yeah,
Yeah. So all of
definitely.
you writers out there, we're here for you to learn everything you need to know to write, publish, and promote a great book. Please check out the playlist. We have more than a year's worth of weekly podcasts here on this Two Sisters Writing and Publishing YouTube channel. And also there's an audio podcast component as well. So please listen, share, rate, review, comment. We want to hear, subscribe to the channels and follow us so that you can get all these tips for free to write your great book. So
Yes.
stop procrastinating, stop being afraid or confused. It's time to get started, and we're here to help. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins of Two Sisters Writing and Publishing, and I'm here with
Joanie Lindenmeyer, co-author with two incredible books that got an award on the LGBTQ Q Spirit COP24. High 10, Elizabeth. High tens to you.
Woohoo!
Yep.
Congratulations, Joni. So
Thank you.
exciting, so
Congratulations.
exciting. Well, I hope you have
Yes.
a phenomenal day, and all of you, we wish you happy reading and happy writing, and we'll see you next time.